This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Danielle Doggett, founder and CEO of SailCargo, to discuss her company's project to build and operate a commercial sailing ship. Danielle, to start, can you give a by-the-numbers look at SailCargo today with insights on why you founded the company?
Absolutely. So my name is Danielle, and I'm the director and CEO of SailCargo Inc. We were founded originally in 2014, and our flagship project is to build Saba, which is a 3-masted sailing cargo vessel. We chose to build this ship here in Costa Rica at our jungle shipyard, which we've built from the ground up. So the name Saba actually comes from a type of tree also called the kapok or silk tree, and it is recognized by the Mayan people as a spiritual tree that connects this world with the next.
So Danielle, can you give a by-the-numbers look at your 45-meter topsail cargo schooner, Saba, with an update on where you are in the construction process?
So Saba is about 147 feet or 45 meters length overall. She will be a 3-masted, square-rigged, square topsail schooner, and she will be able to carry the equivalent of 10 TEU or 10 20-foot equivalent unit standard containers. One of those, or 10% of the cargo, will be on deck, so carrying such things as timber. This is also equivalent to 250 metric tons of cargo. This will make Saba, when she's launched next year, the largest emission-free cargo ship in the world. We laid the keel on January 8th, 2019, so just under 2.5 years ago, and have had consistent progress throughout the COVID pandemic with the construction. There was a little bit of a delay, but we didn't have to close our doors for even one day. We anticipate launching the vessel next year and hope to put her into service as soon as possible.
You referenced it in a previous answer regarding your quote-unquote jungle shipyard. As I mentioned, we cover the global maritime industry, and I know what a challenge it can be to find and retain ship and design and construction talent in even some of the most modern shipbuilding facilities in the world. Can you discuss the challenges from personnel to supplies of building a ship in Costa Rica?
Building a ship in Costa Rica definitely comes with a unique set of challenges. In terms of personnel and supplies, that is quite different. So getting things into Costa Rica in terms of materials and supplies that must be imported, that is a challenge. That is a huge challenge. Costa Rica, in my opinion, has a shipping nightmare. So maybe a shipping company such as our own could help with that in the future. But in addition to wait times, delays, very cumbersome logistics, there's also very high import taxes. And so this basically just creates a nightmare to get things in. So we have to plan very far in advance. And thankfully, as a wooden ship construction, and 99% of our wood is all from locally sourced Costa Rican forests, that is much easier for us. Most of that comes between around 100 kilometers radius or less than that in miles. And the only wood that comes from outside is actually our masts, which come from Haida Gwaii in British Columbia, Canada. Now, personnel, I have to admit, we're extremely thankful and lucky that as the world's largest publicly known traditional ship construction, we don't have to look very hard for talent. So we have applications every single day from people all over the world coming that they want to work with us. They want to be able to participate in this incredible construction. So we are able to attract and retain local and international talent with ease, which is really wonderful. So our young shipyard has had 27 different nations already participating.
As I discussed before, decarbonization is an obvious trend in maritime, with many technologies emerging and re-emerging, including sail. What was the rationale behind the decision to make this a true sailing ship?
The rationale behind making this a true sailing ship is more or less twofold. One being that the wind is a free energy source that humankind has harnessed for literally thousands of years. And therefore, the rationale behind that is that we know it very well. The routing, weather routing, the experience, the knowledge base is one of the deepest of humankind. So we knew that that was a given. By having a wooden ship with traditional sails that we fully understand, this allowed our small team, which we are pretty grassroots, we're building it up. This allowed us to take the risk of having two 150 kilowatt electric engines and having the regeneration mode available and using this new system, which is less familiar and less reliable and potentially poses more risks, this allowed us to give that a try because we said, we know we have the sails, we know all about that, we can fix this, it's made of wood and natural material. So this allows us to actually try something completely new and invest in this new technology. So it's a bit of a hybrid in that sense.
So what is the total anticipated cost for the vessel, and who's funding it?
The construction cost of Saba is estimated at $4.2 million US. This is entirely funded with international investors, so private and small corporations or small businesses.
So what is the anticipated delivery date of the ship, and when complete, what will be the planned sailing route, speed, and frequency of service?
We anticipate launching Saba next year, and we will be going into operation as soon as possible after that. So final outfitting, final rigging, and sea trials, and then directly into operation. We have 2 routes that we're looking at currently, and these routes will be decided finally based on the clients. So we're very thankful to say that we have a lot of interest from different clients. Both routes are basically looking at going from Central America, so Costa Rica, up to Canada and potentially stopping in the US. Whether that's the Atlantic or Pacific coast is still to be determined. Regardless, most of our northbound products are sort of value added natural food based products. So we see a lot of coffee or chocolate with cacao beans, turmeric, avocado oil, and other things such as textiles. So maybe potentially cotton from Peru, we have some interest. And I can safely say, and based on letters of intent that are signed, that the vessel will be completely full on all northbound voyages, regardless of where we set out. So we do have the client interest. Coming southbound, it's a little bit more challenging to find incoming cargoes, which actually is a bit of it reveals something a little bit about the trade dynamics between Northern Hemisphere or, first world or have countries, and then somewhere like Central America, where they may or may not have the ability and buying power to import specialty products like this. But we are very interested in the fact that Costa Rica has expressed desire to import electric bikes, bio-packaging, and other sort of new products that are eco-friendly. So we are excited to see where that goes.
I know you've discussed cargo capacity and the types of cargo, but as a shipper, someone looking to get their items to market, I would assume as rapidly as possible. What will be the rationale for someone choosing your service for shipping their goods?
The rationale we've seen from existing prospective clients is that they want to add value to their already valuable product. So by eliminating the carbon footprint, we are elevating their product to a level that is not available to any other product. A great example is, say, Seattle or Vancouver. There's going to be no coffee growing in that area as it is a northern area. So all coffee that is brought into these areas, which are coffee hubs of the world, have a transportation carbon footprint. So whether or not you're organic, fair trade, bio-packaging, you're tree planting, you're doing all your lighting is renewable, everything about your company is renewable, that coffee has still been brought in either on a plane or on a ship. And so it has a dirty carbon footprint. Now, if you can be the only company in all of Seattle or the only coffee company in all of Vancouver that says we are truly emission free. No, we didn't offset that. We didn't tree plant away our emissions. We have none. You have just added value to your product.
What is the long range plan for your company? Do you envision a fleet of sailing ships? And if so, how many and when?
So the mission of SailCargo Inc. right now is to prove the value of clean shipping. And we aim to do that by establishing a precedent with our flagship Saba. After doing that, we do hope to expand to a wide range within the maritime sector of larger ships, more modern ships, really whatever the client demands. We will maintain true to emission free. I don't envision a fleet of thousands of small wooden sailing vessels replacing everything, although I do firmly believe that a vessel such as Saba has its place in the right market and serving the correct markets that may already be underserved. But keep an eye on us. We have a lot in the pipelines.